So this is part 4 of my series, and it's a backstage process and giveaway. I hope you've enjoyed watching me go through all of the steps that I take each time I get ready to do a journal. Somebody had written, you know, that is a lot, but I'm sure it gets easier. Well, it does, because you get to know your products. You get to know everything that's in your room, and then when you do have to go and hunt something specific, you know, you pretty much know where it is. So in that aspect, I am really thrilled with this whole thing. But I wanted to let you know that you guys left me great comments on all kinds of ideas, and I really don't know that there was a bad one to me, or one that I went, ew, except for mainly manly stuff. That's tough. I had a lot of people tell me that they really enjoyed the series, which I was really thrilled to do that, and a lot of people said that they were really impatient to get to the next one. I was like, oh my god. You know, okay, no pressure there, right? And some people, you know, just that they hope they win the kit. Well, I wish I could have each one of you and give each one of you a kit. That would be phenomenal. There were a few questions, and of course things on, somebody wants to see a tutorial on different pockets, tips and tricks, and how to do different closures. So I will try and do that. I've decided that this this journal that we've got the kits for, that I'm not going to videotape the whole thing, but I am going to show pieces and parts, and this I make kits occasionally. I don't make a lot of them, but I do make them, and I sell them pretty quickly on my Etsy store. I think there's one sitting in there now. But if people are interested more in me doing this type of thing, where when I do a journal or when I get ready to do a journal, I'll do a much shorter process video on getting things ready to go, and then I'll put that kit up for sale, and then I will do the journal, and then whoever buys the kit, you know, will have that. So you know, let me know if you're interested in something like that, because that would, you know, that would make a lot of sense for me, since I'm going through the process of doing something like that anyway. So I will do something on how I do my papers, how I store my coffee and tea dyed papers and Kool-Aid papers, and whatever other kind of staining things that I do, and I'll go over that in probably a Learn for Lisa kind of thing. So just a quickie 5-6 minute thing. So because I don't, but the main thing is I don't cook mine. I just don't. I think I'd probably do mine the quickest and easiest that's possible. So it might be something you'd be interested in knowing. I don't know. It's probably not the best way of doing it, but it is. And sometimes I do take it to the kitchen and do a whole lineup and have them all over the place if I really need a bunch. But I try and just kind of keep up with it as I go. But I'll do a little quickie on the best ways that I know to do them anyway. But we can learn from everybody. And I got a lot of people saying they really like the whole idea of a focal point. If I don't have that focal point, then with all of the things that we have in our craft rooms, yes, it can get overwhelming. It can totally get overwhelming. And, you know, even I pull out all of these things, it doesn't mean I use all of it. But I try and limit myself to what I've pulled out. And by having a focal point, and it doesn't have to necessarily be what you're going to use on the cover. It can just be a page that you've pulled out that you're starting. You know, I really like this paper. I'd want to do something around this paper. I want to do something around this pin that I picked up at a garage sale, and it's just really cute, or I've got a baby girl on the way, and I need to, you know, here's this pink color. I need to work off of this pink color because this is the pink that she's going to paint her room. So anything can be that focal point. It does not have to be whatever you're going to use on the cover. Okay, so I just find that it's way easier to have something to focus on, to bring everything together, and to leave out, you know, you'll know by looking the things that you want, but that also shows you the things you don't want, so you can eliminate a lot of things in your room. And I think that really helps keep it from being overwhelming. Talk about using fabric in journals. Now, I just did, I'm working on a journal for a lady that has purchased one from me. And this is some fabric that I purchased. I put some stabilizer, just, you know, from the craft store. This is, what is this called? This is called Fusible Non-Woven Interfacing for Sheer to Lightweight Fabrics, because this is a very sheer fabric. So I do work with fabrics, and I love working with fabrics. This is a bias tape, cotton white bias tape, and I used alcohol ink to match, so that's working with fabric. So this is, you know, I can totally go over what I do and how I do it to make this, you know, to do that kind of thing. And it opens up your horizons to a lot of different, a lot of other ideas that you could use for fabrics. Gives you a few of the Q&As that I hit. Now, some of the items that got put in there was, well, one of them was cheesecloth. So I have put a bit of cheesecloth in your, I just, a little bit goes a long way. So I put a little bit of cheesecloth in yours and mine. Now, not all of these things did I put both. All of these things are going in yours, but that's not necessarily that I'm going to put it in mine. Because I feel like I got plenty, and I will, you know, if I need to pull some things, some extra things out, I will, you know, play around with what this extra stuff was, but I think I've got plenty. I've got some washi tape. There's 3 different washi tapes there, and I just wrapped it on a card that came in the mail. So I thought those were really cute. You can see a little bit more on that side. And I think they'll work nicely. A cork tag. This wasn't anything anybody mentioned, but I kept looking at these little tags. Somebody had gifted these to me, and I love them. They're very thick. There's quite a bit of thickness on this, but it's about 1/8 of an inch, if not a little bit more. Yeah, 1/8 of an inch thick. And so, you know, it really works nice on the cover. But I thought that the cork would look nice. So I just thought I'd add that in there. Another thing was, somebody said die cuts. So what I did was, and you can do these one of 3 ways. I've got the Tim Holtz, it's the Sizzix alterations, Tim Holtz alterations. So it's the bird cage. Caged bird, I think is what it's called. And then I've got a bird. Oops. The bird. And then the little wings that go on to the bird right here. Okay, so there are actually 3 of these. So you can either do 3 different pieces, color this whatever you want. This is just some, I think this is Stampin' Up! Paper. I think this is soft suede, or I don't know, something. But there's 3 bird cages here. There's 3 birds, and there's 3 bird wings. So I'm sending those with you. Again, I won't have these, but if I feel like I need one for something, I can, you know, I can cut myself some. Another thing on the list was napkins. So I am putting 2 of these napkins in. They're really the only ones I have that, I don't have a ton of napkins, but these are, I love napkins, but I don't have a ton of them. These are the only ones that I have that I think will go with all of this paper stuff. So that's why I'm including 2 of those. Another lady had said lace. She loved lace, wanted more lace. And so I added this one. It's a wider one, but the beauty of this one, let me get a solid color here. The beauty of this lace is that it can actually be cut and used in multiple different ways. You can cut it right up the center here and have these 2. You can cut right here and just have this little edge. You can cut this whole section out, you know, so you can cut each one of the pieces and parts out as well. So this has got multiple uses, and there's a yard. Again, I'm not going to have this lace, but you will. And whether you choose to use it in your grouping, I mean in the book, it's your choice, or save it for something else. The other thing was some fabric. So I have this fabric, and let me, so the light's not shining through it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's black. It's got a little bit of a light gray. It may look a little like it's white to you in the picture, but it's just a light gray. But I think it's going to look really nice with in some part of the album. So I've got a little rectangle of that for you. And then nothing that anybody mentioned, but this is now it's been slightly loved. It's a Hero Art stamp that came in a card kit that I got a while back. I'd say maybe about 6 months back. But it's the only one that I thought would be helpful, because I was worried that maybe somebody might not have any stamps to go with this grouping. And it's one of them that is going to be, I think, on several levels useful for you. So, and I have some masks already cut out, and so I'm leaving those in there. But there is if you remember, there were a bird and then a dragonfly. So this is somewhat looks like a dragonfly to me. There's butterfly, but there's all kinds of flowers that will work with this. And there's leaves, and there's a snail, which there's not a snail anywhere, but you can use a snail if you want to. And there's die cuts that go along with it. So you can make your own ephemera. You can make your own flowers and have them cut out for you. So nice. So this is from me. Thank you very much to all of you for being a subscriber and spending your time with me. I really appreciate it, and because I just got me sitting here in this craft room, and sometimes I Skype with my girlfriend Laurel, but sometimes we're 3 hours different, so it's really hard for us to get together. So I've always got you guys, and so that's really nice that I have you guys to get on this little box here, and I just really feel like you are on the other side of that screen. And you know, sometimes I can even hear you yelling at me No, don't do that. Of course, I hear it after the fact. Thanks for nothing. Ah! No, sorry. It's late. But no, thank you very much. And now, a few tidbits that you'll need to know. I am going to take comments through the 28th. And of course, on this last video, of course, I'm not looking for anybody to tell me what they think I'd still need to put in the kit. So don't make any more comments on that because I'm done. I don't think I can hardly fit in what I've got. But on this last video, through the 28th, which is next Tuesday, I think. Yes. All the way through to midnight. If you just comment hi, you're going to get a chance to win it. Okay? If you want to continue to give me ideas of a series that you'd like to see, that would be great. If you have any questions about anything, just write me the comment, and I will try and answer you via another comment. So anyway, and then the drawing is April 1st. So the cutoff is the 28th. And the drawing is April 1st. And that will give me enough time to print out everybody and cut all the little peoples, and I'll do the drawing on April 1st. And so good luck to everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks for all your wonderful, lovely, super, you know, super sweet comments. I really appreciate them. All right, you guys, have a great crafty day. And let's be kind to everybody. I'll talk to y'all later.